Hi, this is Marina from Darkstar Astrology, bringing you the 2022 horoscopes. But before we begin, during the video you will see some images of my Darkstar designs on Etsy, the new shop, and the theme really is esoterica, witchy type celestial designs. So I'll leave the links to the individual ones below, and also including this moon phase t-shirt as well. So if you could give them a like, even if you don't buy anything, it doesn't matter. It all supports the channel and it's most appreciated. So without any further ado, let's get on to the horoscopes. So Leo, your keywords this year are relationship tests, committed love, networking dynamo, inventive career changes, ability to prophesy, publishing success, mojo is back, new social networks, friend audits, rage against the bully, haunted romance, and work scandals. So Leo, your 2022 horoscope continues the serious love examination theme with Saturn in your marriage sector. Unfortunately, Jupiter is no longer around to soften the blow of any challenges. However, that may be a good thing, as sometimes Jupiter can inflate difficulties depending on your chart configuration. On the plus side, Saturn also brings a commitment to those relationships and the stamina to see things through. But what about the other Dark Lord? Well, Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008 and will enter Aquarius and your 7th house in January 2024. So Pluto will pick up any scum that Saturn left behind. Pluto is the deep cleaner. Yes, Pluto then will really matter for you in a few years, so it will be best to prepare now for the life-changing effect it will have in all areas of your life. You are having a practice run now with Saturn. Now, Venus retrograde will also help and highlight Pluto's final sweep through your health and slavery house. Fun, fun, fun. So Venus retrograde then will be from December 20th of 2021 till January 30th, 22. But we have a very dark Venus retrograde there where she slows down and switches direction in the grips of lecherous Pluto. So some of the themes of imminent Pluto in your 7th house will be tested on you, albeit in a way more concentrated form. So don't be too alarmed. Maybe it will build up an immunity. So Venus retrograde will force you to deal with the practicalities of the real world and not romantic fluff. I'm afraid you will have to set aside your more frivolous urges for the time being and concentrate on making relationships work with co-workers and business partners. It's also unusual because Venus will meet Mars twice during this retrograde, and the first one will happen in your 6th house. Now, Venus here is just incompatible with indulgence and pleasure, so this will be a test of how well you can resist temptations away from your daily duties. If you do not have a steady job, you must stick to your routines, and you could easily fall into lazy habits, which will be hard to knock later on. Venus retrograde in your 6th house is the transit of slacking off and trying to cut corners. Again, this is not recommended. You'll still have to make up for lost time when Venus goes direct, and then you will feel even less like doing the work twice over. So during the first half of this period, December the 20th, 2021 to January the 7th in 2022, Venus is in her harmonious phase, which could bring ease to work relationships, while during the second half, from January the 8th to the 30th, Lucifer Venus wants to play the office clown. Try not to take advantage of your popularity. It could cause resentment later on. So Venus conjunct Mars, that's the big one, on 2 days after Valentine's Day. And so for you, it could suggest you could find romance in the doctor's surgery, so don't go there looking like a scruff. So the stellium seed moment is Mars conjunct Pluto, Venus conjunct Pluto, and then Venus conjunct Mars. Now this takes place between the 27th degree of Capricorn and first degree of Aquarius. So that last bit is going to be igniting your 7th house. It's going to affect you even more if you have a descendant around 27th degrees of Capricorn or any of the cardinal signs. And if that's the case, watch what happens when Venus and Mars both hit Pluto, because you'll reach peak Pluto testing then. So you'll get an idea of what to expect when Pluto hits your descendant after 2024, depending on the degree. So Pluto conjunct your descendant is a potent, once in a lifetime transit. So at least you will have time to prepare if it does yield something dramatic. Don't panic, because everyone is different. It depends on what fixed star you have placed on your descendant, and it's more likely to affect your partner if you have one, or the theme of relationships in general, so not you physically. The Venus-Mars conjunction in Aquarius could be mega fabulous though, as it falls, as I said, on the cusp of your marriage house. Wedding bells? Or maybe you just attend somebody else's wedding. So your Saturn Challenges in 2022, it has entered your house of relationships, Aquarius, and this, of course, is a significant transition house. Saturn ascends from the inner zone of your chart and out over the horizon, and it's time to test how well you hold yourself when confronted with the needs of others. Your capacities will be tested too, so give projects and people your best, and you will get the best. If you find people do desert you, it simply shows that you're not in the same league as them yet. Then we have a seed moment, Venus conjunct Saturn on March the 28th. And this is where Saturn's law of karma comes into play, where you have wisely invested will start to pay off. If not, more effort is needed. Saturn rewards hard work. Marriage breakups are the traditional interpretation for Saturn in this section, but not if your relationship had been left to rot. So, don't worry. So it's kind of a make or break, really. So Mars conjunct Saturn, which happens on April the 5th, in your relationship house, could reconstitute any stinking residue to fertilize the romantic soil for new growth. The 7th house is one of the foundational houses of the chart, so this is one of the most critical Saturn transits. As with all outer planet transits in the angular houses, there can sometimes be a domino effect on the other 3 sectors. So commitments made in partnerships and whether you should fix or finish them will impact all other areas of your life in 2022. So here's a sneak peek at the members only section, Mars retrograde in Gemini for you. And this will last from November the 2nd, 2022 to January 13 in 2023. It's going to be in your 11th house. So having Mars retrograde in the house of friendship could mean that you turn into a network dynamo or have lots of niggly arguments with friends. This transit will sort out the wheat from the chaff in terms of who are your true blood brothers or sisters and those who are just a bloody nuisance. During this time, you will be brutal with how much time you spend on social engagements. Anything that is draining or does not resonate with your soul will have to go. That means clubs where you no longer fit in or friendships where you have grown apart. With Mars, you won't have the patience to suffer fools gladly. So even if you don't mean to end a friendship, it could just happen anyway out of happenstance. Others sense that you're bored or are not giving them the attention they crave. So they will fly off to a more captive audience, and that's totally fine. So birds of a feather flock together, so you have the choice to move on yourself as well. With family, though, you are kind of stuck with them. And with marriages, you do make an effort to ride through the bad patches. But the beauty of friendships is that nothing holds you together unless you've made some sort of Masonic pact. So this transit is also in your hope and wishes sector. So You will place a significant amount of energy into wishful thinking. If some friends do suddenly disappear, it shouldn't be very long until new ones take their place. Voids have a habit of being filled. So don't worry if you feel cut off from company for a little while. It will give you the chance to dream up a new social network filled with people who you more closely align with and have the same interests. So thanks for listening. That was part 1 of your 2022 horoscope. If you want to hear part 2, become a member at Darkstar Astrology, link below to the website, and you will get lots of added goodies as well. So thanks for supporting the channel. All the best. Bye-bye.